No video. What? What are you talking about, Shanbot? Shanbat 2000? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? All right, all right. Did I do... Hold on. Did I do this? Let me double check. I think I did. Okay, I think I'm good. That is not right. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who's all here? Joe Swick, Swickster, stay Swick. Victor, good to see you. Jim, good morning, sir. Ryan, Wayne, Shambot, Roger, Tad, Caverna, Blake, morning. Robert, good morning. All right, I think I have everybody. Gabe is signing in. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Oof. Almost didn't make it. I mean, I did, but like almost not on time. Well, it's probably technically, a minute late. It's pretty good, guys. And everything working? So I'm a little behind on my end, which means I'm not fully caffeinated or have something in the stomach. What's up, Fraser? Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Phil? So I know how much a pet peeve it is for many people, yours included, yours truly, to eat when you're on a microphone. But I assure you that I'm not going to do, what is it called, ASMR? Yeah, man. Plaid, dude. It's kind of my loungy weekend, my only flannel shirt, if you will. But comfy. I feel very northerny. Thanks, Grace. And of course, not sponsored by, but well, should be. A Coke and a smile. I had to eat these or my stomach would go bonkers. And they're terrible for you. I suppose I should give you something to think about. How about we still have one more stream before the year is over. Getting Innocent Gun Flashback, unofficial sponsor of the Accidental Survivors. Reunion. I mean, the way I see it, Fraser, is that you guys couldn't have worse audio. today's world. Ooh, man. Shots fired. I love that show. I kid because I love. Yeah, man. Is Chris still around? I'm sure he's still around, but do you guys keep in contact with him? He's the only guy that I don't know where's Rob. Can't you go next door and knock on his window or something? Everybody I know in Canada lives right in the same neighborhood. Like Phil McClory's up there. I think Canada is like the size of, for everybody that I know that lives there, I don't think there's an East and West Coast. Oh, you're good. Cool. Come on. What's up, Nubis? Good afternoon. That's where I think everybody is, 45 minutes north of Toronto.
I tuned in this guy's stream to get some D&D, and all he talked about was Canada.
Fast forward, dude. All right. Canadian sound off. If you wish you were Canadian, sound off. Eat on stream for 5 minutes and talked about Canada, 1 star. Yeah, pretty much. Now I know what Roger's review is going to be. But he's French, so what are you going to do? I'm tearing it all down today. What a way to end the year. I promise I'm almost done. Tune in the gaming stream and didn't talk about D&D. 10 out of 10. Would watch again. Should we do the, like, Trailer Park Boys? Yeah, Trailer Park Boys. They live right next to Phil. Fraser lives right next to Phil. Somebody that lives in Vancouver lives right next to Phil. Henry Fraser. Orcus Dorcas morning. Dirty Bulk Diet. You know the deal. Hey, Tim. Good to see you, man. Good to see you too, Orcus. Even though I probably didn't say it, I will earn adjoining trailer parks. Oh, that's too funny. There's Rob. Fraser went over and knocked on his window. Hey. Hey, you in there, man? You enjoying or what? So, Rob, I don't know if you know this, but Fraser contractually obligated you to a accidental survivors reunion. Yeah. He says he's got you down representing and everything. Not a problem. BK Dan, good to see you, man. All right. I promise you I'm done eating. New day. What? What's the question du jour? Do we want to do the, hey, what are we going to get to the table in 2024? Do we want to do that now? I kind of want to. I don't know if I want to wait till next week. Do you want to do that? What game? 2 games. 2 games. I'm going to hold you guys to 2 games. This 1 game shit. We're a multi-game nation here at whatever we call ourselves. I'd say BSers, which all of you are at heart. Gaming and BS podcast. List 2 RPGs that you are going to get to the table as a game master in 2024. And you got to put it in the chat because I can't hear you. And the reason is that way I can pull this up or put it down. Actually, put it in the chat for the stream. And then if you're a member of the Discord, first of all, why aren't you? And if you are, go to probably, so I changed things up in the Discord. That's a whole different story. But I would say go to my creative corner. I've got a creative corner. I used to have a How to RPG channel. I kind of revamped the channels a little bit for promotion wise. So if you're a creator, you have your own little nook in the Discord, your own little forum topic area. And you could create a topic and just post all your works there. So I did that. I don't think I should have a special channel anymore. Okay. I think it's grown beyond me a little bit. So I have Sean's, I think it's called Sean's Studio. Go there and put in what you're about to type into this chat. Because then in 2024, December, we're going to pull those suckers up. We're going to hold some people's feet to the fire. You with me? I said I was going to run this game and I never did. I'm so sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. All right. Rob was dreaming. Well, there you go. See, Rob's already signed on. There we go. If Sean says that we're contractually obligated, that's Canadian law. Wow. With great power comes a great responsibility. So this is going to be our Festivus Air Our Grievances episode. Maybe, kind of, could be. At least one needs to be Canadian. Yeah, that's the... Gabe, Johnny, Gabe on the spot. Not Johnny on the spot. Gabe on the spot. Whoop. That's not Gabe. Dune, and Against the Dark Master. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Have you never run? Maybe you haven't run it. You have never run Against the Dark Master? And I should say, 2 games you've never played before. Because I think Gabe, I know, or run away. Gabe Dibbing says Dune and Against the Dark Master. I think Gabe has not run Against the Dark Master. He has played. Caverna still stands. Dragonbane and 2E. Okay, all right. Orcus Dorcas, Imperium Maledictum, and Household. Household? The RPG? I love that one. William, good morning. Blake Ryan says Earth Dawn and Hunter, The Reckoning. I saw that you just received Earth Dawn. You can't put that off. You gotta eat the muffins or the dinner rolls when they're warm. Same thing with an RPG. You get it, you read it, you get it to the table. If it goes cold, ends up on the shelf forever. Am I right? Right. Ryan West, Mutant Crawl Classics, and WEG D6 Star Wars. Woo! There you go. Happy How-To holidays, everyone. Good to see you, Jason. Tad says Starforged and Dune. What's up with Dune? Everybody's in the Dune wagon? Everybody as in 2 people? Tad and Gabe? Gabe says, correction. Take away Against the Dark Master. Okay. So just Dune. But you got to have another one. Maybe that thing you're working on? Secret project? 2 games that I haven't played before, says Rob. Yes. Yeah, that's the hitch. Because we could always throw up the one we're playing right now in 2024. Like, I'm going to get that to the table. Or you got on the horizon. One you haven't played before. Got to broaden our horizons, folks. This is what we're looking to do. Roger Franchet says Public Access and Girl by Moonlight. I'm intrigued by Public Access myself. There's a few people hitting up Blake for Earth Dawn and Hunter, I guess. Shambot says Fist and Wild Sea. Got a diverse crowd here. Phil says The Walking Dead set in the frigid Canadian North. Whoa, hardcore. Who's going to play that? Ryan says, then mine are canceled. Okay, come on, let's reset, guys. Nubis, wow, I got to slow down the chat. Nubis says, Unknown Armies and Fist, depending on how lazy I'll be, and public access maybe. All right, nice. Whoops. God, see, it's going so fast I can't even click on them right. Rob says Fallout and Cyborg. Cyborg's a special kind of game, I think. I like it. Never run. Never run is Caverna's question. It's 2 games you have never run before that you would like to get to the table in 2024. And I realize that there's probably a few game masters out there that don't play other games, or they're not looking to play any new games in 2024, which is fine. But for the sake of this exercise, folks, please play along. If you were to run 2 new games in 2024, what would they be? Annie Hall, good to see Andy. Barbarians of Lemuria and Dicey Tales. I have Dicey Tales. I have not gotten to the table. Yeah. Gabe says, I'll do an easy other than Mercenary Spies and Private Eyes for analytic dice. See, like Gabe, it's kind of part of the regimen. If you ever tune into Analytic Dice, him and Kevin Saltheart of Saltlandia, which is coming up in the chat here in a second, both do that podcast. They talk about some of the games that they've played. So they kind of have to play games, like probably more often than some of us. No pressure, guys. Jason Weitzel, Mutants and Masterminds, heart emoji, I think, is probably not coming up with this interface. Funny, did you see the announcement from Green Ronin, Jason? I'll get to that today on How to RPG. That. Saltheart, there it is. There's the guy. Cloud Empress and 13 WHPA Fairhaven. WHPA. Western Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Fairhaven. I don't know. What is WHPA? Do I know this game? Phil says no idea on the second. Oh, Phil. Just look at the Free League catalog. Have you run every one of their games? If not, the next one there. There you go. Starting alphabetical. What's up, Wayne? I think Dune Part 2 hits theaters next year. That's going to generate some Dune RPG momentum. Hey-o, Victor with the gaming reference. Nice tie-in. Like it. Oh, Canadians only, Sean. Come on, man. Hey, I got Canadian blood. Does that count? I am of Canadian descent. Believe it or not, you probably don't hear that very often, but I am. I think I mentioned this on stream one time. Yeah. Yeah, French Canadian. As I butcher that to hell. Yeah. My grandmother's parents are from Canada. They settled in New Hampshire a long time ago, had 13 children. But you can't get there from here. Jim says sign up for Hearn at BSRCon. No particular plans for other games. See, Jim's one of those guys. He's that guy. But he's the good guy. So be like that guy. That is Jim. Except for play more games. All right. Jim gets a pass because I know Jim's got his go-tos. I mean, Jim's a very, very nice guy. Very nice. Smooth runner of a game. But, he likes that weird THACO thing. Like, it's just straight. Like, so it's just, we're all unique in our own little ways. Nuva says, looking forward to trying out Cyborg at BSRCon. Nice. Who's running Cyborg at BSRCon? I got to check into that. I hope they run a good game. It'll be fun. Wayne Peacock says Dragon Mane and Dolmenwood. Got it. All right. Ryan West says Blades in the Dark and does 1,000-year-old virgin count? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I suppose it is a game. You are running it. You are playing it with yourself. It's a good game, though. I'm interested to hear how 1,000-year-old vampire goes. Thinking about starting that in January in journal form. Roger French says WHP in Cincinnati. Is that a sister channel to WKRP? And is Johnny Fever still on the airwaves? That's what I want to know. Caverna does. Warhammer something, right? Warhammer, Pennsylvania. That's what it is. Man, if I get hit by a bus and my family finds that journal, so many questions. Indeed. Oof, that French. Yeah, I don't know. No parlez-vous. No. I mean, Jeff, morning, buddy. Good morning, everybody. Jeff's my old buddy. Just think of the oldest person you've ever gamed with. That's my buddy Jeff right there. Jeff's got he doesn't run a lot of games. That's another thing too. There's some people that don't game master. That's kind of a hitch. But I will ask this. So Jeff, the question du jour is, and I already know Jeff's answers, but what 2 games have you never played that you're going to get to the table in 2024? Sounds like Jim has something on me. Probably. Accidental Rob, 1,000-year-old what? Rob, you are not in the know, sir. This is a 1,000-year-old vampire. I brought this up on stream because I've heard of it before. And if you haven't heard of it, I think everybody should. So I'm bringing it up again. So for those, just grab your refill your coffee or your beer or tea, whatever you're drinking, for a moment while I talk to Rob and whoever else is interested in this game. 1,000-year-old vampire. I'd heard about it. It's a solo game. I do a lot of journaling for the most part, and I had heard about it. I thought, maybe not a game for me. I'm not a big vampire guy, and I'm not a big solo journal gamer guy. But I'll tell you what, Rob, I went into a game store, and I saw it on the shelf, and I'm like, well, I want to see this. I've heard of this thing, right? I see it on the shelf, so I grab it, pull it off the shelf. This thing is a fantastic book. Like, I'm holding it in my hands, and it does no justice, like, showing you this. But it's got, like, gold inlay and everything, a couple ribbons, and it's just a pretty book. Like, the spine, which is going to have a glare, right? Back, front. And it's about 147 pages. And it's got some prompts in there. And there is mechanics in this game. Now, I'm going to get the mechanics wrong. But essentially, there are, I believe, right, memories. Somebody's going to correct me. Has anybody played this? Second time he said vampire, but not the first time. Right. Has anybody played this? Actually filled it out? So basically, you are a vampire that's just kind of journaling your life, but there's some caveat. There's some components to the mechanics that make it really interesting. Like, you can only retain a certain amount of memories, like 5 at any given time. And then there's components of memories called, was it expressions? Or experiences, memories and experiences. And so they're kind of related, but you can only have so many of each. So when you have an experience, it can become a memory and things of that nature. And so what happens over time is you have to remove certain memories because you can only fill them at certain times and things of that nature. So the nice thing. So when they talk about does system matter, if you live 1,000 years, you probably don't remember everything. Hell, I live, who knows, maybe 70, 80 if I'm lucky. I'm not going to have all the memories I've ever experienced in my brain throughout life. So it's a really cool game in that regard. But it's not for everybody. Like, if you don't like vampires and you're not into journaling or writing stuff down like that in that type of format, then it's probably not going to be your jam. But credit where credit is due, and you can get it out there. It's I don't remember if it won an Emmy Award or Origins Award. I can't remember. But anyways, and I'm not explaining it very well, but there you go. Thanks, Ryan. Don't forget to smash the like button. Jim, Jim has put my title of my channel in there. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. That's, if you could find me on Discord in my little nook, that's the title of it. Sean Studio. Like and subscribe or I'll ban you. So there you go. He did not say vampire. I heard it as well. Okay. 1,000-year-old vampire RPG. Sean confirmed an upcoming Steve Carell solo RPG. What? You could really? World's best gamer? Just came up with a video idea. Yes, playing with yourself counts. There you go. Hey-o. All right, Tim, back onto the subject at hand. Stonetop, PBTA, Hearth Fantasy, Hearth, and maybe Valley of Eternity, the greatest penguin RPG of all time. Gonna walk like a penguin. Jeff says, unlife journaling. That's right. But I didn't say vampire? 1,000-year-old vampire? Didn't I say vampire? Come on. 1,000-year-old what? Maybe I probably got sidetracked. I apologize. So do you know the game, Rob? I've went into all that for no reason, probably. What about elves? They live a long time, too. They do. They do. Could be an elvish game. But I think there's more angst in being a vampire, right? That's it. That's what it's all about. Angst. Tortured soul. Vampires are real. Elves are just silly stories. Blake, I think he's onto something. The Office RPG, which is Steve Carell, coming to a book near you. And run that. Nice. So far, no poo or duck RPGs. That's true. Good point. Good observation, Caverna. Yeah. Morning, Aragon. Good to see you. You missed the Canadian talk. It was a Canadian kind of, what do they call those clubs? Like the Italian-American clubs that they have? Like clubs in the certain towns? I don't know. It was like the Canadian club meeting. Although Harrigan's an expat, though. Is that technically right? No? Maybe not. Anyways. Dragonbane is a duck game. I don't know if Dragonbane is a duck game. I know Dragonbane has ducks. A duck. But Duckborg, I would say, is a duck game. Oh, you have heard of it. Okay, cool. Canadian Club was a whiskey. I think that is absolutely accurate, Blake. Yes, the question is run 2 games that you're going to run in 2024 that you have not played or run before, to clarify all the gibberish I came up with earlier. That is the question. And if you do not run games, what 2 games would you like to play in 2024 that you have never played before? I don't want to isolate any player only folks. That would not be. That's no good. Accidental Rob says I'd like to try to play Renegade Studios performers. I'd like to play Renegade Studios Performers and or GI Joe. Oh, God. But he wouldn't want to run them. Oh, come on, Rob. Hey, Rob, you can get Fraser to run them for you. Or Chris, when you guys get together for your reunion. Orcus Dorcas Duck Poo, the skirmish game of questionable viscosity. Ooh, yikes. Ooh. And where does the shenanigans in his name come from, ladies and gentlemen? There we go. Proof's in the pudding. Also, what I want to do too, I think I think everybody's chimed in on the game that they want to play, that they want to run or play in 2024. Since it is getting towards the end of the year, I want to highlight some of the folks that do some creative stuff. Okay. So if I miss you, it's not intentional. I'm going to try to go through the chat and just kind of pick off some of the things that people have done or are doing. So where do I start? Probably. So, Fraser Ronald, Swords Edge Publishing. Go and check him out. What is it? SwordsEdgePublishing.com, I think. Just put in Swords Edge RPG. It should probably come up in a Google search. Analytic Dice podcast about role-playing games and two guys, Kevin and Gabe. They play them, and then they talk about them. And Kevin's starting to dabble into interviews. So check out Analytic Dice. Blake Ryan does some publishing for PBTA games. I don't remember the name of your company, Blake. I apologize. Who else? Orcus Dorcas, RPG Shenanigans. He's on the Titterpigs podcast, as well as his own YouTube channel where he does quite a bit of unboxings, amongst other things. Gabe Dibbing is also doing a 2D20 and has done, right? Gabe, you've done some supplements, but he's looking into trying to do his own Sword and Sorcery 2D20 game using the mechanics from Modiphius's core rules, mechanics, if you will. Kevin Saltheart of Saltlandia is doing the Smurfs RPG. So when that comes out, I think in 2024, you guys shooting for that, right, Kevin? Be on the lookout for that. Also, Burn 2D6, his game Burn 2D6, an RPG, light rule set, very interesting mechanics, very cross-functional as far as genre goes. Phil McClory has done supplements, scenarios, mysteries for games like Vaesen, as well as 5e and something else, I think, right, Wayne? Let's see, who else? And sometimes people are creatives and they don't even tell anybody. So if you guys have been lying in the weeds, let me know that if you've ever put out anything, podcast, YouTube, RPG stuff, whatever. Jim's doing he's got his OD&D hack, a zine. So he's doing some zine work. If you want to know about that or more, he's on our Discord. He has his own little creative corner on the Discord where he's also running and moderating our zine creatives thread forum area as well. So if you want to know about zines and putting zines together and zine resources to put out your own, Jim would be the guy. Wayne Peacock. Oh God, Wayne, what is your company's name? Kinetic? It's not Kinetic. Shoot. Type it in the chat. Wayne is doing and has done some of the OSR work with his partner, supplements and things of that nature. Working on a big project coming up, I think, right? Wayne, put it in the chat, dude. Chris S., good to see you. He says, Old School Essentials in Arkham Herald. Did I go right by you earlier? Or am I just I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Sorry, Chris. So Chris Sneezak from Encoded Designs, still working on the Streets of Avalon RPG, right, Chris? So my buddy Brett's intellectual property, Streets of Avalon, put out, I don't know, it's been 2 years, I think, at least 3 years. And now he's going to turn that setting into a game. And then Chris is on, I think you're still on Misdirected Mark, right, Chris? Let's see what else. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, scrolling down. Tim, if you want to mention anything that Willow's working on, or maybe you are too, I don't know. Let's see, what else? Scrolling. There it is. Okay, I think I'm caught up. So I'm up to Nubis, Performers Ensemble. Yes. Lots of clips this morning for shorts, by all means. Kismet Games, Jim says. Kismet for Wayne. he beats Wayne to the punch. Kismet Games. So if you want to drive through RPG, put in Kismet Games. That's Wayne's company where he puts out some supplements with an OSR bend. Saltheart says Smurfs RPG will be straight to retail in spring 2024. So no Kickstarter there. Just go in there. I got to imagine it's going to be a fantastic game to play with kids and adults, because we're all kids anyway. Chris says Misdirected Mark is rolling out a magical modern fantasy high school AP called Children of the Shroud. Nice. Got the Streets of Avalon game. Will have a more public playtest coming in Q1 next year. Excellent. My YouTube froze. You mentioned Blake. I did mention Blake. Blake, what is the name of your company, though? Do you have a name? So I can, like, I imagine they can put Blake Ryan in there in the drive-through and you'll probably come up. But did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody that's here. I never answered the question for getting to not just my name. Okay. Blake is a solo proprietor. I'm putting out stuff. Games that I want to get to the table that I haven't in 2024. I haven't. As I look at my shelf, I gotta go. Oh, I might say Night's Black Agents. Kind of looking at that right now. And possibly, I mean, I gotta knock out all the Free League stuff, right? Like I would probably, there's a few games of theirs I have not run. So either The Walking Dead or Coriolis, maybe. I'm holding off on Coriolis if they're going to do another edition. That's the only problem. I don't want to learn one and then unlearn it and learn another edition. This, look at that. The emoji says it all right there, folks. Gabe Dibbing. I think Sean should run Star Trek. Commit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe. The reason I'm laughing so hard is because we played it. I said this in a stream earlier, and I kind of sat in the back and just kind of rolled my eyes. Nothing to the players or game master, just like trying to read the rules and decipher them. But who knows? Roger French says Cold Shadows. Dude, Cold Shadows is like if you talked about careers or say TV shows and they had a bad season, Cold Shadows would be that for me. I probably got people to buy that thing and they were like, dude, okay. And then it's like, no, it sucks. Just goes to show you I'm human. I make mistakes and I'm not above owning them. Convertus says, I think you haven't played Forbidden Lands. Maybe you could have a campaign in your YouTube channel. Just saying, boy, the Caverna is just missing that big time. Oh, we'll see. Tim says, Willow is still working on Heroes of the Exploding Kingdoms and also Containment, a Forged in the Dark game about government agents investigating supernatural phenomena. So Willow is Tim's significant other. So I know Willow's done quite a bit of work here and there. So it is my Cold Shadows. I don't know if it's my white whale anymore. I got it to the table. It was very brief. It was very no bueno. It was very cold, as Wayne would say. Alien would be another one. I haven't run Alien. I have played it, but I have not run it. Alien would be another one. Jeff, any preference? I've got other guys that I play with too, like Harrigan and the gang, Phil, Wayne. They'd probably weigh in too. That may also drive things. Like, I really want to play that. Okay. Alrighty then, let's get to it, folks. We good? We're good? Ned Ryerson? That's a good one. Alien RPG plus Colonial Marines plus Building Better Worlds. Yeah, for sure. Jason Weitzel says Cold Shadow sounds like when the Brady Bunch introduced Cousin Oliver. Bingo. It's when I think Scooby-Doo got scrappy. Cousin Oliver showed up on the Brady Bunch. That stupid little green Martian guy showed up on the Flintstones. It is when Fonzie jumped the shark. It says Alien's a game I'd play but not run. Really? Alien? You play Alien, Jeff? All right. We could play a one shot. We could, like, if Joe Can't make it one weekend when everybody's itching to play. Because there is a cinematic mode and a campaign mode. And the cinematic mode is it's a one shot or a very shorter arc, like two episodes. And it's got a couple subtle nuances that's different than a full campaign. Jeff, there's a stress mechanic in that game. I think you would role play it excellently. Most excellently. There we go. All right. Alien is what? That's true. He is an alien, intrinsically a one shot. Hey-o. It very well may be, for sure. All right, let's get into RPG news. Like, Harrigan started from the beginning. He's like scrubbed it backwards, and he's trying to catch up. Game over, man. Hudson. All right, let's see. What is this? Why isn't this? This is so messed up. Please tell me my links aren't messed up. Yeah, I think they are. This is going to be a fun show if they are. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. My links got really messed up. Let me see if I can. We'll see. This may be. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Maybe it's just that one. Knock on wood. Yeah, I think it's just that one. Okay, I think I'm clear. Phew. Oof. Maybe. Oh no, man! What the hell? All right, which is gonna make things. Dude, why did it do this? Oh boy. Man. So it saved the link as like an article in my thing where it doesn't have the link. Like it parsed the entire page and then put it in Notion. Oh, for frickin' Pete's sakes. Well, we'll see if we can do this. I can adapt, folks, and it won't take a huge amount of time, but we'll see. Just drives me crazy. Why did it do that? The question is how or why did it do that? So basically saving the article, but I don't have the link to the article. Actually, I got a better idea. I think I got this. I think I got it. I can do this. I can do this. Just think about what you're doing, Sean. All right. Let's do. There's all my sweet Notion setup that you guys see. That's not what I need to show you. But anyways, print your own 3D miniatures for Dragon Bang is out there. You can do that. Excited about that if you are. I don't know. That's a really bad article and it looks like garbaggio. You can look it up. I don't have a link to it, but let's try getting something that looks okay. So this is another one. Amazon inks deal to produce Warhammer 40K films and television starring Henry. Is it Cavill? Everybody, not everybody, but many people know that he is a big Warhammer fan. So I'm sure he's driving this and would love to do it. He is to Warhammer what Joe Manganiello is to D&D. So the series deal was first reported back in December of 2022. So keep that in mind. With Cavill already attached in an undisclosed capacity at the time, Amazon was a frontrunner among several companies apparently vying for the rights to portray the Imperium of Man and its many, many intergalactic foes on streaming platforms and possibly cinema screens. So yeah, there's that. Funny also in the article, not funny, but it also mentions like Games Workshop, man. You know, there's a lot of companies that are in the U.S. that are laying off. Things are tough. It was a tough 2023. Miniature Wargamer Maker recently announced that it would give all of its employees a £2,500 bonus as part of its 2023 profit share scheme, riding high after the release of Warhammer 40K's 10th edition rule set. I think last year they did really well around this time too and gave their employees a bunch of bonus money. So there you go. Yeah. All right. That's old news, isn't it? It's old news. I think this is newer. I don't know what the date is because I don't have the link to the damn original article. But I think this is an update. That's why it says it was reported back in 2022. So it must be getting more legs. I don't know. Oh, man, this sucks big. What is up with that? Yeah, these are... Wait a minute. You know what? My whole system is literally just of doing this is all broke. The links are all a mess. Well, it's funny. Not all of them, I guess. All right. Not all of them. Not all. This is not going to be a total loss. Bear with me. Hang in there, folks. So who mentioned rolling with Mutants and Masterminds? Valiant Adventures superhero TTRPG coming from Green Ronin has announced its Mutants and Masterminds powered superhero RPG. So it's going to be still Mutants and Masterminds. They just got rights to the IP of Valiant Adventures. Kickstarting January 6th. That's not very long from today, the 23rd of December, 2023. So the game was originally announced in April of 2023 and will be a standalone RPG based on the Valiant comic book universe, which features characters such as Exo, Man-O-War, Bloodshot, Harbinger, Shadowman, and Archer and Armstrong, none of which I'm familiar with. But I'm not a big comics guy, so it's not saying much. The initial launch will include 3 books, Valiant Adventures Heroes Handbook, Game Master's Kit, and the Worlds of Valiant Sourcebook. So if you are a fan of that system, this IP, then great. If you're not a fan of Mutant and Masterminds, then probably not so much. Wait, they're not laying off people around Christmas? Sounds like a communist plot. Well, yeah. It's very not capitalist. Yeah. Let's see. Tales of the Valiant. So, oh man, are you guys getting this? You guys know this one? So, Wizards of the Coast updates D&D's AI policy after YouTubers' false accusations. Got to be careful when you're on the YouTubes or the podcasts or the blogs. The blogs is. Aye. So a YouTuber following a YouTuber falsely accusing an artist who worked for Wizards of the Coast of using AI based on something feeling off. In a widely watched but now deleted video, Wizards of the Coast has updated its AI policy. So the advantage of having the amount of subscribers I have versus the amount of subscribers that Taryn Pounds or Indestructible has has its advantages. I could maybe hint at the same thing. Meh, not a big deal. But I got to say, Indestructible, anybody know how many subscribers that guy has? He put that out there, and it's like, what is it? They call it rage posting? I don't even know. So anyways, Wizards put out a statement. For 50 years, D&D has been built on innovation and ingenuity. That isn't changing. Our internal guidelines remains the same. With regards to AI tools, we require artists, writers, and creatives contributing to D&D RPG to refrain from using AI. Yeah. Rage bait, that's what it was. I contributed to rage bait content this year after the OGL situation. That's on me. If I was frustrated by a situation, I felt compelled to say something to the camera. That's just not okay. I bought in hard on the anti-WotC train and should have just put my energy elsewhere. That's his statement. Indestructible. 17,000 subs, man. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Well, he might have 17,000 subs, but who knows how many views that video has gotten too. No AI was used in the creation of Sean's hair, and if you believe that, there you go. I thought it was interesting, not only because obviously WotC puts out a statement, but it continues. Like, it goes from like, hey, WotC put out an AI statement to like it gets into rage bait, which I did not know was a term, but now I understand it. Now I probably need to research it and maybe put some out so I can get my subscriber count up. I think Orcus Dorcas does that fairly well, or he's working on it. He should have put his energy elsewhere, like laser eye beams. Well, that's one way. That's one thing. Certainly onto something there. Fraser. Jay says, amen to the OGL rage train going off the rails pretty quickly last year, leaving a wake of new licenses nobody cares about now. But anyways, it goes on. Rage bait videos are a problematic part of not just the D&D community. What? But on YouTube in general. Huh? Get out of the town. As a massive Doctor Who fan, my YouTube feed is full of similar stuff about the show. The D&D stuff I see is overwhelmingly negative about how D&D is dying. It isn't, by the way. Unfortunately, that's what YouTube incentivizes, and that's what gets the thousands of clicks. Video thumbnails with big text, a controversial statement or question, probably a big shocked face, and a giant question mark or arrow, or maybe a jagged, cartoony graphic trending downwards. I got to write these things down. I got it right here. I got it saved. It's important to realize that just because that's what gets the clicks, it doesn't make it true. It is, however, a massive part of what drives the community narrative at the moment. Well, that's social media in general. Like, go watch the thing on Netflix, the documentary on social media. It's like, it's very, no kidding, but to have actual researchers, quantify that, it's crazy. If you are the head of a social media company and you won't let your own kids on social media, there you go. Somebody knows what's going on. So anyways, I'll post this. This is on Ian World. So, thanks to Ian World. I cannot paste in that window again, of course. So I got to boogie down here. Anyways. There you go. Valiant Adventures. I'll put that right now in the chat. There you go. A couple for you guys. All right. But, it's Just a matter of time when somebody gets into trouble about shooting their mouth off in a less than responsible way. You got to be careful. It's a risky business, right? Opinions are one thing, I guess, but can you imagine if that person lost work because of that and they could tie that to like libel or slander? Yikes. Yikes. I mean, kudos to him to say, like, kind of messed up. Can the documentary on social media be found on social media? Just asking. I think so, Jeff. I think so, honestly. It's this guy. This freaking guy. Terminator. Dun, dun, dun. Now, this is funny. Funny. I think it's amusing, right? Terminator, AI. So, AI art removed from upcoming Terminator RPG book. Frankly, I think if any RPG should have AI art, it should be this one. Like Skynet should have taken over the RPG. Right? Like, wouldn't it be apropos? Yeah, so it's in the news again. This time an artist using AI and then submitting it to Nightfall Games for its upcoming Terminator 2 Judgment Day sourcebook. The artist in question initially claimed that the art was not generated by AI. Nightfall Games made a statement yesterday indicating that they had detected the AI art during the development phase of the product and are already in process of having it replaced for the book's release. It even says the artist has not been named, but it's probably not Skynet. So here's this. The image, and I didn't know how they could tell, but they said the image was run through an AI art identifying program to discover a 99.9% match with the AI art generator Midjourney. We then identified all other art produced by the individual to discover a 99.9% Midjourney hit on 16 of them. Wow. Sometimes I think you're going to so you're an artist, yes. How long have you been doing artwork for RPGs? I've been doing it. Were you there's like the BC and AD. Was it before AI or after AI? Because if you did it before AI, chances are you're probably who knows? I don't know. It says why it's I don't know what this means. This means 16x99.9% AI or a program that is 16x99.9 wrong. $16 times 99, I don't know, whatever. We hope the identifier was wrong, but our experts quickly noticed things less experienced members of our team would never know. Things like image resolution, go to AI filters. We had been duped and paid out a significant amount of money in the duping. It matters because AI art is theft. It creates art from a massive, massive portfolio of art and images that have been created by real people. It then splurges out poor mockeries of these arts without any consideration of the artist and can be done by Tom, Dick, or Harry. Oh, I feel targeted with those Tom, Dick, or Harry. Like, why isn't it Jane, Dick, and Susan? Like, why is it gotta be Tom, Dick, and Harry? We do not want to cheat artists. Of course not. We don't want to cheat you or backers and customers. No, we are a small company. So purge or die, what we have done, watch this space. There you go. The saga continues. Morning, Eileen. That's the most Terminator thing said so far, right? For sure, man. You can't trust another machine to tell you if a machine is responsible. That's some true Terminator stuff. There's something going on there, I think. What if those two machines are like vying? Like, I don't know if we need to worry about AI coming to consciousness and then becoming Skynet, creating the Terminator to eradicate all of humans. They might have to battle themselves. I think it starts right here. This AI art Midjourney takes on whatever this other program is. We don't even know what the other program is. But it's going to put the squash down on Midjourney. Booyah. Tim says that's not exactly true anymore. Synthetic data is used to build the next generation of AI models. What's up, Michael? Morning. Yeah. Well, that's another thing, too. I think we got them, like, when we're talking about this stuff, because some of this stuff's going to be, like, legacy info. And while we're, like, AI is bad, artists are good, that is true. I think artists are good. We want to support artists. For the record, it's out there. Boom, I've said it. At the same time, when we start talking about, hey, it's ripping off all these artists because it's indexing all this stuff, that may have been true. Is it still occurring? And then some people would argue that, well, it's not anymore, but they're still using the previous samples to model or create models in which they use data to create, derivative works or whatever. So I think we just have to watch how, like, it's like a role-playing game and you're playing 5th edition and you're still injecting 2E rules. Like, it's not the same. It's not, like, we just need to be accurate. Oh, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Did I put the link in the show notes? Or the chat? I don't think I did. But yeah, the struggle is real. And I'm posting as myself. That's sweet. I'm not even logged in as How to RPG. Well, there you go. Who cares? Alrighty then. Moving on. Let's get through this stuff, you. Who's Fallout? Who's a fan of Fallout? Fallout! Fallout. Fall in. New role-playing game releases coming in 2024. So they have a map pack. Several products, updated release dates for several previously announced books for Fallout. So we have the only new product currently available for pre-orders, Map Pack 1. Second map set, Map Pack 2, Wasteland Locales. 8 maps, expected Q2 2024. I did not know this. Did you guys know this thing? Did you guys know Amazon's doing is doing a TV show for Fallout? I did not know this. I'll put it in the link. Here's the trailer for the TV show if you're a fan of Fallout. If you're a fan of Fallout, you're probably already on that. Then I'll put the EN World article for... So it wasn't me like, oh, I'm really into Fallout. But the TV show, on the other hand, it's got some interesting minds behind it, if you will, which was listed in this article. So there you go. But it's Amazon, so who knows? Well, somebody was thinking, one of the comments I saw, whether online or in the article, I think it was on EN World, and it was like, it's Amazon, it's 50-50. 50% chance it could become a hit, 50% chance it could be a complete and utter flop. So we'll see. Nubis is a big fan. There you go. Excited to see the show, Victor says. There you go. It's got Walton Goggins as a ghoul. Interesting. See, I played Fallout for a hot minute, and then I was done. The video game. So I understand it a little bit, but nothing like you guys that have played it. So there you go. Fallout. Great. %70 chance it will be canceled, even if it's good, says Wayne. What's up, Ben? I see you, Ben. Let's see. Okay, I got a question for you. Well, these are not in order, I don't think. They are in order. They're numbered. I don't know if that's right. We'll do this. We'll just do this and see. Because I think there's one article that they don't number them. Let me double check. The best selling, yeah, there's one that they didn't even number, so they're just bullets. But we'll do this exercise anyway. It'll be fun. Fun. Okay. Yes. The latest hot club in New York is. All right. Any Stefan fans? All right, we'll start with this one. Not that one. We'll start with this one. So, best-selling, we'll start with fantasy. Best-selling fantasy RPGs per OBS Roll20. One bookshelf. One bookshelf drive-through. For those that don't know that, drive-through RPG is one bookshelf. And I'll say what you can list one best-selling fantasy RPG if you think it's a bestseller. I'll give you a hint. They have a list of 20, and then I'll divulge the list, and you could see if you've made it. If you want to go crazy and like list 5 and see if you can score 5, if you can score all 20, 5e doesn't count. Besides D&D, D&D, I will tell you this, D&D is not listed. D&D is not listed on this list. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition is not listed on this. Probably all Free League games. Well, Gabe giving me grief about the logistical errors of my overlords, but he knows that they sell. 2023 now. If you want to take a stab at one or two, got Forbidden Lands, Blue Eye Samurai. That's a show Chris is talking about. Orcus Dorcas says RuneQuest, Cities Without Number, fantasy. So there are fantasy, modern, and science fiction, just so you guys know. Pathfinder 2e has got to be in the top 5. Cyberpunk Red, Cities Without Number, Zweihander, Viking Death Squad, going to be weird things like that. Yeah, you guys are going to be pretty surprised, I think. Pretty surprised. If you go to drive-thru and you always see the banners and they say like best-selling, it's probably those top 20. Get Shadow Dark. Pop. Anybody else? Castles and Crusades, says Shanbot. Ready? I'm going to divulge. I think you guys are going to be surprised because some of you guys have not hit any of these. OSE, says Jim. Easy D6, Vampire. Drum roll. All right, let's do this thing, right? So Geek Native got this. I don't know if they just pulled it on their site. I don't know how they got all this info, but regardless. The ones that are up on the list, Fabula Ultima, Sandbox Generator, Exalted, Essence, Dragon Lock, Lost Dungeons, Master Set by Fat Dragon Games, which does a lot of terrain, Rollmaster Spell Law, Monster Overhaul by Skirples, Dragonbane Core Set. There's a free leaguer. Fantasy Age Core Rulebook. Fabula Ultima is no surprise by Tim says. Yeah. We need to turn in our RPG player cards, apparently. Traveler, Tad said. Candela Obscura might be surprisingly high. So these are ranked 1 through 20, but I will say on the modern one, they're just bullet points. So I don't know if they just chose the wrong bullet or if these are actually number 1 through 20. Where did I leave off? Fantasy Age, I mentioned. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay Lustria, Easy D6 Book of Quests, not the core book, but somebody mentioned Easy D6. M20 Victorian Age Mage, that's Onyx Path, so that's probably a mage, World of Darkness book. Dragonix's Deadly Denizens by Dragonix Books, Crucible of Legend by Onyx Path, Campaign Builder Cities and Towns by Kobold Press, Old School Essentials, Advanced Fantasy for Foundry, VTT. So, Jim, I'll give you that one. White Hack 4th Edition. Anybody got White Hack 4th Edition? I thought White Hack was not fantasy. Is it? It is. I don't know. Mega Dungeon Monster Manual by OSR Publishing. Notch It or Noche. It sounds French. Queen of Cities for Rune Quest. Somebody mentioned Rune Quest, so I'll give you that one. White Hack is D&D. Come on now. Oh, it is D&D. You're just letting me know. Got it. Fantasy. Wait, how many of these were deeply discounted at the time of purchase? I don't know. Mega Dungeon Monster Manual by OSR. I mentioned Noche. I mentioned The Lair of the Leopard Empresses RPG by Mindjammer. And then Raiders of the Serpent Sea Guide by Modifius. There you go. I don't know. I don't know if I own any of those. I don't think I own a single one of those. But, whatever. Mileage may vary. All right, ready on the next one? All right, next one is going to be modern. No order. There's no order. It's just bullets. Modern. Man, I need to get in on this Red Hot Rollmaster spell law action. This is Jason. Yeah, for sure, man. All right, ready? Modern. Any modern. Throw it out there. Modern games, top selling modern RPGs in 2023. Following on from the best-selling RPG, there's horror. I have horror left, but this one's modern. And this is what they prefaced the article with. Following on from the best-selling horror, I think they did it just in sequence, which was topped by a sci-fi horror geek native by, let me get my punctuation correct, which was topped by a sci-fi horror Geek Native can now reveal the best-selling modern RPGs from DriveThruRPG. All RPGs, supplements, and accessories in this list were published on DriveThruRPG this year and tagged by the publisher or author as modern. That might mean a contemporary setting or an alternative one. So it must be, I don't know how they're coming up with like these are the top ones. It's just got to be in the list, in the ranking listing. I don't know. So what do we got so far? We have. It says, okay, Candela must be in the modern category. Delta Green, Passion, Twilight 2000, Everyday Heroes. Arrogant says, I bet 20 games I have never heard of, number 15, and 5 that are terrible and I don't like. You're probably the most accurate, Arrogant. Passion de las Pasiones. Man after my own heart. For those of you that didn't know, at one time, that was on a list for Ennies, I think. And if it won an Ennie, I wanted to play it. And I would go all in. It's a telenovela RPG. And I would play Antonio. It's too sexy, Antonio. Liminal is mentioned. Modi's Raiders is an epic campaign for 5e. Let's see. Gabe's talking about something else. Got it. Worlds Within. Oh, published this year. Well, then I'm out. Tad says Brindlewood Bay. Roger says Passion's on my short list. OOD, Hack number 1. Brindlewood Bay deserves to be on there. All right, let's get in there. Drum roll, right? Let's do it. Do it. All right. Delta Green. God's Teeth by Arc Dream. It's a scenario. So if you mentioned Delta Green, Nubis, I gotcha. Tome of the Pentacle. That's an Onyx Path one. Probably World of Darkness, I'm guessing. White Hack, 4th edition. Realms of Magic and Mystery. A Terra Incognita source book for Scion, Onyx Path. M20, Lore of the Traditions. The Silt Versus role-playing game by The Gauntlet. See, White Hack again. That's why I was wondering, Harrigan. Monster of the Week, Codex of Worlds by Evil Hat. Adventure Crucible, Building Stronger Scenarios for Any RPG by Tentacle Press. Shadowrun Astral Ways. Apocalypse Keys. Delta Green Convergence. Booyah, another Delta Green. Passion de la Passione. Booyah. Shadowrun Null Value. Shadowrun Shoot Straight. Blood Punk, A Guide to Tolia 5e. Magia Knights, Awakening Core Rulebook. Demigods, Probably Okay Games. And I say Probably Okay Games is actually the name of the publisher. It's not something I'm making up. Nephews in Peril, Kickstarter edition by The Gauntlet. Delta Green Presence, which is APU 8165. And then Highlander Cinematic Adventure by Evil Genius Games. So 3 for Delta Green. Heyo, represent one of my personal faves. Highlander Cinematic Adventure. Ooh. Are you Highlander fans? Yeah, so there you go. What about them apples? I'll put the link in the old chat, or as my friend and my close personal friend and mentor, Matt Colville, would say, down in the doobly-doo. Trademark, MCDM, don't use it unless you get his strict authorized permission. All right. What else? What are we going to do here? So we did fantasy. We did modern. But we didn't do modern fantasy. No, I'm just kidding. Do we want to do horror? Horror? Best-selling horror. We'll get to sci-fi, Roger. Horror is next. Give me some horror. Bing. Best-selling horror. White Hack? What's up, Nelson? Nelson's paying attention. Delta Green. I think this is the most interactive show I've had all year. Delta Green, Call of Cthulhu will be on that list 5 times. No, I'm not saying that, Orcus. Roger says Cthulhu something. Terrence is stupid. What's up, Terrence? Terrence is not stupid. So don't do the doobly-doo. That's right. Nubis says Mothership Public Access, Delta Green, obviously. Candela Obscura. He's still holding on to that one. Vason, another White Hack horror. Walking Dead, Call of Cthulhu. Vason, White Hack. Vason, all right. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you. Ready to unravel this? Let's do it. A lot of White Hacks out there. First one, Warhammer 40k roleplay, Imperium Maledictum horror rulebook. Delta Green, to God's Teeth. There you go. Public access. I think somebody mentioned Chains of Asmodeus or Asmodeus, which is strange because I didn't think they were considering D&D Beyond, but that isn't on D&D Beyond. I think that's on the drive-thru site. Tome, and it's by Wizards of the Coast. I didn't think it was published by Wizards of the Coast. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Tome of the Pinnacle by Onyx Path. Easy D6, Book of Quests hits this. M20, Victorian Age Mage. Old Gods Appalachia by Monty Cook. Japan, Empire of Shadows, a Call of Cthulhu source book for the 1920s Imperial Japan. So, Chaosium, Call of Cthulhu, there you go. I'll give you guys. White Hack, there it is, 4th edition. Booyah! Good Wayne. Oh, it's too funny. So this was created by AI. Let's rage. How am I doing? Am I doing this rage thing good? Am I doing rage good? I don't even want to see this list. The horror. Werewolf, the Apocalypse 5th edition core rulebook. Suede Horror Companion. Shadow of the Demon Lord Compendia Core for Foundry VTT. Blaster Volume 5 Dead by Lead. The Silt Versus role-playing game by The Gauntlet. Monster of the Week by Evil Hat. Codex of Worlds, by the way. Adventure Crucible, building stronger scenarios for any RPG. Weird Frontiers. My boy Dave Beatty. Yeah, making up that money on a Kickstarter. Congratulations, Dave. By Stiff Whiskers Press. And then Apocalypse Keys by Evil Hat. There you go. Best rage bait all year, right, Shambot? What? Woot, woot. All right. There you go. White Hat killing it this year. All right. Well, next up, sci-fi, right? I think. Let's do it. Top sci-fi, folks. First one. White Hack, right? It's almost when someone uploaded their files to TTRPG, they ticked every genre box. Indeed. Right, Wayne. Wayne's on it. He knows the deal. Traveler something. All right, Roger says Traveler. Anything else? Come on, there's a big one that should be facing you right in the, slamming you right in the face. If they're like checking multiple boxes, there it is. Orcus Dorcas, 40K. Yeah, better. Traveler, yep. Top selling. Dune. Gabe says Dune. Michael says Cyberpunk Red. Death in Space says Shambot. White Hack. Traveler. Death in Space. Alien. Come on. Some of you guys are just like throwing them out there. Alien, Call of Cthulhu, Cult, Chill, Starfinder, Alien. All right, Pathfinder, sci-fi game. The Pathfinder sci-fi game, Starfinder, is what you're referring to, Arrogant. Wander Home, all right. 40K, Mothership, Dune. Alien should be top 5. Starforge, White Hack. Trinity Consortium. All right, ready? Somebody's... I'm surprised one of you guys haven't gone to this site yet, since I've gone through 3 or 4 from that source, and just pull it up and just, these are the ones that are on there, Sean. Bam, 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 bam. Copy, paste. All right. Thanks for being good citizens, folks. Wander Home is pastoral fantasy. Wayne says Cities Without Number. All right, ready? Let's do this. First one, Warhammer 40K roleplay, Imperium Maledictum. Cities Without Number. There you go. Wayne. Danger Gal Dossier by R. Talsorian Games. Is Danger Gal for Cyberpunk Red? Because if it is, kudos to Cyberpunk Red, folks. Genesis, Embers of the Imperium. That's by Edge Studios, formerly Fantasy Flight Games, where they put out the it's the Imperium board game RPG, right? Public access. Wrath and Glory, that threat assessment Xenos by Cubicle 7. World Builder's Handbook by Mongoose. Entity by Candlenaut. Dune. Somebody said Dune. The great game, Houses of Landsrod. Star Trek Adventures. Star Trek Lower Decks Campaign Guide PDF. Adventure Class Ships by Mongoose. I think that's probably Traveler, so if you pick Traveler, congrats. White Hack 4th edition takes the cake again. White Hack 4th edition. Shadowrun Body Shop. The Imperial Navy by Mongoose. It's probably another another Traveler supplement. 5 Parsecs from Home, Expansion 2, The Freelancer's Handbook by Modiphius, Across 1,000 Dead Worlds by Black Oath Entertainment, Warhammer 40K Wrath and Glory, Dune, Power and Pawns, M20, Lore of the Traditions, and then STA, Star Trek Adventures, Captain's Log Solo Role-Playing Game, the original series edition PDF. Gotta give him the Isaac. No surprises on that one, I don't think. I think you guys hit every one. I think that's all of those. It is. It is. Cthulhu's got, thanks for participating, guys. Appreciate it. You guys are very active. Keep you on your toes today. White hat for an any. Go Orcus. Public access shouldn't be on that list. It should be on the modern list. Yeah, I think there's a few that have miscategorized their stuff. But what do they have to lose? Oh, so I'm on the horror games list. So what? At least it'll come up. Like, drive-through should police that in order to provide a better customer experience. But they probably don't have time to review like the thousands of submissions they get a day. STO is broken out by book cover. Must have done awesome if you add them all up. Yeah, for sure. I'm still waiting on my print version of Captain's Log. Oh, excuse me. Or am I? Do I have it? Maybe I didn't. Nope, still waiting on it. Chaosium. I'm just going to put this up there. You can page through it if you like. If you are a Call of Cthulhu fan or a Chaosium fan, these are all indie. What is it? Miskatonic Monday 87B, Saints Peak, and other indie Call of Cthulhu releases to round off 2023. Like there's 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 17. At least 17 books in here that are scenarios. Check them out. I think most of them are from like their community like creatives. So check those out if you're looking for something to run on Call of Cthulhu. Things of that nature. I wanted to put it out there because it's a pretty decent list. So there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. That, I think, rounds it up for RPG news. Let's do print news, maybe? Print news? I think I just have some of the stuff that EN World has gone or brought up like they usually do. No Voosh. Oh, I gotta check that then. Should have Vooshed. Bummed. So we're not sponsored by EN World. We have no affiliation with EN World. If you're interested in anything and any of the articles, check out their website, enworld.org. All right, print news. First one, Alone Against the Static by Chaosium. Hardcover solo adventure. Man, it's got to be, is 2023 the year of solo? Or is it going to be 2024? Is 2024 going to be a bigger solo year? 2023, like I have to think. This is where I get in trouble, right? This is where I'm going to start rage. What is it? Rage dropping? Rage. This is where I'm going to start getting into trouble. I'm going to get sued. I think 2023 is the biggest year of solo RPGs that's ever been. There, I said it. There you go. Gotta be. It's not to say they haven't existed in years prior, but the amount of exposure, right? 2023 is the year of solo, for sure. And we're not talking about Han. It's just gotta be. Everybody's got like a solo thing out there. Not everybody. So there you go. Call of Cthulhu. So there you go. That's how they get you. My dad says, Pirate Borg Bestiary for D&D, the 5th edition Pirate Borg version. Bestiary by Limithron's Guide to Naval and Limithron's Guide to Naval Combat for 5th edition. So both softcover supplements for the 5th edition compatible Pirate Borg. Jeff, if you're ever interested, we could play Pirate Borg too. That's a pirate game. Not 5th edition. Their native is not 5th edition, just so you know. If Jeff's even around still. I don't know if he's listening. Dungeons and Lairs #1, Forest Apparel. Dungeons and Lairs #2, Shores of Silver. It's 5th edition supplements by DM Dave. Oceanic Depths. D&D 5th edition softcover supplement. Hey, shocker, it's around aquatic theme, playable races, subclasses, background spells, creatures, NPCs, magic items. Buried in the Bahamas, The Battle of Dead Man's Cove, The Sinking of Schlachen by Limithron. So from the makers of Pirate Borg is this. So it's not even a third party. Buried in the Bahamas is an introductory adventure set in the Dark Caribbean campaign setting. It starts with a predetermined introduction, then transitions to a sandbox-style adventure. PCs can explore 3 islands, cross worlds with undead with undead skeletons and search for treasure in the Cave of 7 Skulls. I gotta read this like a pirate. Arg. Let's work that headline. Sean from How to RPG condescends that 2023 is the year of solo. Buried in the Bahamas is an introductory adventure set in the Dark Caribbean campaign setting. It starts with a predetermined introduction, then transitions to a sandbox-style adventure. PCs can explore 3 islands. Arg, matey. Cross swords with undead skeletons and search for treasure in the Cave of 7 Skulls. How am I doing so far? No, I don't have a guest speaker on today. It's just me. If you're not looking at the video, it's just me. I know, I'm doing that, right? This adventure is a perfect start to a career on the high seas. Also has a double-sided pull-out treasure battle map. 30 things one might find buried in the Bahamas. Recruitor. For instantly generating an NPC crew and a game master resource list. I won't read it all. No auto-tune, so natural. Can I unmute yet? You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. You're the best around. Nobody's gonna bring you down. That goes on. I won't read the whole thing. Check it out. Dyson's Book of Swords by Exalted Funeral. So if you don't know who Dyson is, does a lot of free maps. Got a big Patreon. Been around for a little while. Also puts out things on his blog. And then some products like this, Book of Swords. So softcover and 3 mini bookmarks, $15. Check it out. DysonLogos.com. Butterfly Dies by Spicy Tuna. Primal Quest Essentials. And then last but not least, Presents by Arc Dream Publishing. I think I got to grab these. I think I have them as rewards for the Kickstarter that I need to go and grab. So, Presents. When a haunted young woman in Alabama turns up in Vermont hills in an instant, Dr. Green sends the PCs to learn how and why. Learning that her vanishing was the work of some strange and fearful gift is only the PC's first step on a journey of revelations and terrible awakenings. To save her and the others, the PCs must follow a trail of horror to night black woods and vertiginous hills where silence drowns all hope. All right. Spicy tuna roll. Okay. That was it for print news. What? You know what that means? It's time for crowdfunding. God, we're like picking up steam. Got me moving full steam. I like my coffee with, what is it? Coffee with the tea. Well, Beastie Boys, I am not. Keep it going, full steam. All right. Crowdfunding. Sugar with coffee and cream. That's what it was. Couldn't remember the first one. There you go. See, if we do this right, we could rap together. Setting Guide to Risha. 5th edition 5th edition handbook from Nat 19. Oh, Nat 19? Because Nat 20 was taken. I don't know. This thing, Canadian, $30 Canadian, which is like $5 US, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, what? If I've offended you, I'm not a financial advisor. Just kidding, Canadians. Your dollar is probably higher value than ours. 800 years after the gods were killed in the world, Somnus Domina survived an apocalypse. New heroes turned gods have arisen. Whoa! Yet the lands still haven't recovered. What in the heck? I'm trying to see what levels this is for. Well, it's interesting. This is enough content and options that the creators consider this variation of 5e rule set to be, the 5.19th edition. Huh. Get it? Born from Nat 19. Fraser, it's like 25 cents US. 164K of a 30K goal. Crushing it. Next one, Avnox from Charles Ferguson Avery. System neutral. Adventure. A forgotten history and folly. Need a 250 room mega dungeon? A recently unearthed megastructure is filled with treasure, mystery, and the agents of the Sun King. Massive underground construct detailed by artists and gamers. Charles Ferguson Avery, who I interviewed, Ian World did, I should say, not me, about never going home, and Alex Coggin. I'm a fan of the art style and expect this to look fantastic. Look at this, $35,000 of a $7,500 goal. Anybody get in on that? Harrigan, did you get in on that? Avnox uses system-neutral stats and writing for use with most TTRPGs. Based on the sample, I can't read. There are OSR stats for encounters, but they're short and to the point. Hit dice instead of full stats, HP, and a few more items. It does a good job of being heavily system-neutral, but still usable for most D20 systems. There you go. And most of these are going to end like, as of this recording, if you don't see it live, you probably have a day or two left. Next one, Bucana Bestiary, a 5e Wake Song supplement by Pinebox Entertainment. The 5e campaign setting for the world of Wake Song. Bucana Bestiary focuses on monsters inspired by the rich cultures of pre-colonial Philippines and Indonesia and digs into Filipino mythology. 16,000 of a $10,000 goal. Very cool. Let us build a tower, a mythic Bronze Age adventure and babble. Ooh, this is by Sojourn RPG Publishing, and it's an OSR adventure. $45 for print and PDF, plus access to the Lubot generator web app. Didn't we talk about generators earlier? You have a link for the chat, Sean? Do I? Yes, I do. Thanks for hitting me up, man. I do, Victor. There you go. Idea of this book is ambitious. An ever-changing dungeon crawl is a tower based on the Tower of Babel, where you can seek godhood. All for 5e. Oh. Shots fired. Wow. Can't believe they put that in there. Set in the Bronze Age, this 120-page book is inspired by biblical and Mesopotamian tales of the city of Babel. It's a mega dungeon that offers random floors, moving artifacts, table-derived traps, 80 monsters, freeform magic system, and more. 120 pages. Assault on Witchgate. by Planet X Games. Done for DCC. It's an adventure. In the farthest north exists a prison, a gulag for those that have wronged the gods through action or presence, wardened by ice hags. This is Ice Bastille, is the final stop before an icy death. Far from civilization, you've tasked with making the trek to free an innocent soul. In this adventure, you'll get monsters, traps, and new mechanics for D&D DCC games. 84-page DCC adventure. $9,000 of a $3,000 goal. Yep, Levi Combs. Yeah, we saw him at GameWorldCon, Kev. I actually had dinner with him. Harrigan and I and Hoos and a few others. Gabe. Endeavor, Universal Role-Playing Game. Nick Callaghan. An original system core rulebook, $15 for the PDF. It's funded $3,000 of a $2,000 goal. This product launches a new TTRPG engine. Designed for any genre or setting, this project uses a dice pool system plus modifiers. Using an effort system, players decide if they min-max each of their actions. If you're looking for an original system for any setting, this may speak to you. A lot of these end like right around New Year's, so you got to be on top of it if you want to get in on these. The Night Watch from St. Sadman Studios. Oish. Original system TTRPG pamphlet and soundtrack. It's a pamphlet, TTRPG, and a dungeon synth soundtrack. You're a defender of your hamlet, a humble fighter patrolling through the night to keep friends and family safe. Each hour, another attack and another potential crisis. If you survive the night, it's a miracle. Ooh, it's just barely there. It's a single session or short campaign game, but one that uses a short original system and offers a soundtrack in a tense, dark setting. So it's at $1,700, almost $1,800 US. It's trying to get to $2,000. See, Eileen? Orcus says Evi is at Autoback. 2D6 Realm, a classic overland crawler solo player game from DR Games. 2D6 Dungeon is the system. This isn't a group TTRPG, but a solo roll and write experience in which you randomly generate terrain, encounters, treasure, and more. It's an overland expansion of the 2D6 dungeon system, so you aren't just limited to dungeons. Interesting. Year of the solo. 54,000 pounds sterling of a 10,000 pound goal. From the Grand Old Isle of England. Or the UK. There we go. That's it. It's all the crowdfunding this week. I think that's all. I don't think I had any else. Do I have anything else? Some of those wacky ones that didn't come through. Let me see if I can get them to come up or not. I don't think they're really... Let's see if I can get this to come up if I Google the title. Yeah, this I'll share too. Somebody brought this up on the Discord, and some reason it didn't get converted over very well. So this is TSR era dungeon magazine modules sorted by level and subject. So that's everything before Paizo got the license to do Dungeon Magazine. Somebody put this on our Discord. I apologize. Was it you, Nubis? I want to give credit where credit's due. I just can't remember who posted it. So, unknown correspondent, Grumpy Old Man, posted this on RPGNet. Talks about kind of what he did. First, I have all the generic. Let's see what he say. This began when I misread a thread and went looking for 2E nautical adventures instead of encounters. I skimmed through the pertinent dungeon issues. Here, I'll put a link in the chat. I skimmed through the pertinent dungeon issues, compiled the ones that fit, then realized my mistake before posting. I had long entertained the idea of running a campaign made of stitched together modules, so I decided to start with issue number 1 and make a list. This grew to include all the Dragon modules, all except 3 published before Dungeon launched, and one of those was a reprint. Until now, it takes up 85 pages in a Word document. I've decided to post it in case anybody else would like to do this. First, I have all the generic adventures arranged by level, range, in order of publication within each range. These are arranged in order by average level, min plus max divided by 2. Within each average, the narrower ranges come before the wider ones. So within 3.5, 3 to 4 comes first, then 2 to 5, then 1 to 6. I see. So the ones that have these level ranges, he's kind of trying to determine what order to put them in. Got it. Clear. Some level ranges, mainly in Dragon modules, are given as X plus with no upper bound instead of X to Y. These don't fit really in the above order, but I've placed them at the end of the X average group. So 9 plus comes after 8 to 10. That makes sense. I would have done the same. In a few vague cases, 7 to 10 characters with a minimum of 70 levels, I've guessed at that range. I've guessed at the range. Those that are for any level or don't have enough information or to assign a range are grouped in publication order before the sorted modules. Ooh, you gotta have a system. Addition is noted, but AD&D, 1E, 2E, and various basics are all largely interchangeable, so I haven't put them in separate groups. I also haven't distinguished the various BD&D flavors. It's basic. They run the gamut from Metzner to Rules Cyclopedia and Classic Black Box, whichever was current at time of publication. Nor have I distinguished Greyhawk and Forgotten Realms settings unless the module relied heavily on the lore as the default settings of their respective editions. They are by definition generic. Ooh, man, this is an undertaking. It took me 10 years. I don't know. Tim says I probably ran or played most of those. Victor says, I love Dungeon Magazine. I should do some treasure hunting for issues I'm still missing this coming year. It continues. Information on each adventure includes issue, edition, suggested number of players, times level range. I think it's times or X level range, and number of pages. So my comments are aimed at DMs looking for modules that will fit their groups so they can include suggestions from the test on suggested party makeup. I used well-balanced party with a variety of classes and any alignment as the default and only mentioned deviations from that. Comments in square brackets are my own rather than the author's. My summaries of the adventures are very short but may contain spoilers. They may also contain my opinions on certain trends of the times and in a few cases on the adventure itself. Oof. After the generics, I have the more divergent settings grouped together. They are also in level range order, but not separated out as there are rarely more than a couple of each. After that comes the theme list. Some of these are procedural like tournaments, side treks, or single-player adventures. Others are based on setting, culture, Arctic/Norse, desert/Arabian, jungle/African, or adversaries, undead, fiends, dragons. Setting culture categories are loose. These are jungle settings that aren't African and vice versa, for instance. The adversary categories include a few where there's substantial interaction that isn't necessarily hostile, like good dragons or storm giants. I've not included cases where the only occurrence is a random encounter in an adventure, not otherwise concerned with the type of monster. So a skeleton in a closet does not make an undead adventure. That makes sense. Criterias. What's up, Hobbsy? What's up, Boos? Morning, guys. Just checking out this RPG.net. Some guy went through all the dungeon magazines and categorized all the adventures and things. I didn't know Levi had brain surgery. When did he have that recently, or was it after Game Hole? Or was it before Game Hole? 19th he had surgery? Holy shit. Was it unknown and quick? Like, did he know it wasn't, like, is this sudden? Like, he just diagnosed on the 18th, he was in surgery on the 19th? Yeah, I'm sure he's got a nice killer scar, but for that. Jeez. Well, good that he's doing well. Thanks for letting us know, man. You knew about it at Game Hole. Got it. Oof. Good that he's doing okay. Damn. Scary stuff. 2023 has not been good, I don't think. They can go and suck ass for all my intents and purposes. So anyways, here's all the things. I'm going to read all these adventures. Okay, ready? We're going to start at the top. No, I'm not going to. But it's interesting. It's, I don't know. It'd be nice to have, like, search criteria. Was that it? Oh, okay. I see he's got multiple posts here. Oh, man. Falcon's Peak. Does he have links? He doesn't have these linked? Oh. I don't know if they'll allow him to link. So that's a lot of, like, affiliate links for people that want to buy all these. They're probably not even available. I don't even know if they're available. You probably can't get all of them. This is look at this. Still scrolling. Whoa. Wow. Dragonlance, Ravenloft, Dark Sun, Al-Qadim, Tournament Modules, Sidetreks, Maps of Mystery. Boom, done. Thieves Guild. Awesome. Thanks. Bookmarked. Booyah. So yeah, there you go. Delve in. And then start pulling out your dungeon modules and start writing these or running these things. Did he say Word doc? He did. There's a spoiler. There's an index. Oh, there's an index link and it goes to here. It's dead. I don't see a link to a Word doc. I don't know. I can't find the Word doc, though. I don't tell you. Anything worth doing is worthy hyperlinking. Indeed, Michael. There you go. That's it. 5 minutes to spare. Some of those adventures were written by people who never played. I lost interest after 1988 or so because I wasn't playing D&D anymore. Yeah. Well, who knows Excel? Copy and sort this for us. Well, not only just Excel, but do a script so you can, like, parse it and put it in a CSV file. It looks like, I'm trying to see if he has a consistent format. It looks like he does. He's got the title. Then it's like probably the issue number. Then it's the system. Then it's, I don't know what it is, like 4 to 6. Oh, that must be the level thing, right? Because it says 2 to 4 times 1, 4 to 6 times 1. And then it says a number PP. So I don't know if it's like the number of people, the party size. So and then the rest could be a note. So you could parse this. For sure. You could easily write a script. I think it sounds like I don't know how to script, man. Last time I scripted anything was Unix administration. No, it was Unix shell scripting. And that was a long time ago. I passed class, did okay. Couldn't remember anything to save my life. Now we sing Christmas carols. That's right. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna let you guys get on with your Christmas weekend, holiday weekend. Celebrate it however you may celebrate it. Happy insert your holiday here. I'd like to see what ChatGPT could come up with if you fed it all those adventures and told it to make a campaign. Ooh. Tim's onto something. Just heard a metal version of that song. I think that's by Trans-Siberian Orchestra, maybe. They do a rocker version of that. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you very much. Have a safe and happy holiday yourself. Happy holidays from Gamerhood. I don't know if anybody's going to be gaming over the weekend. I know it's big family time. If families game, great. That's not going to be my case. Hope if you're traveling, you travel and have safe travels. Don't run into bad weather, bad people on the road. Be safe. Need you around for the next year for sure. We will see you before the end of the year, I hope. I'm going to be streaming a week from today, so that's the 30th. I hope to see you guys. I hope to see all of you, in the chat, a day, 2 days before the end of the year. That would be awesome. But I understand a lot of things going on this time of year. The fog moved in today for sure. It's crazy. Warm here. Warm air, cold ground, right? That's what causes the fog? Or is it vice versa? I can't remember. That's why I'm not a meteorologist. If you have to go shopping, have patience. Have patience out there, people. Have patience. I went to a big retailer yesterday. We pulled in the parking lot. Wife's like, no, let's go. I'm not going in there. Forget it. I'm like, what do we need to get here? Well, we have to get Seamus's, insulin. And I said, okay, well, I'll run in and get that because we kind of need that. And then we kind of pulled around. I'm like, we can do this. We can do this. Come on, we can do this. Pump up. And we did. We got in there. Did what we needed to. So, but I'll tell you what, man. Lots and lots of people not knowing where they are or where they're going. Not a good combo for this guy. Like, man, pull over. Like, get out of the way. Get in the right lane. Like, I got to go around. I got no time for this. I actually tell my wife, I'm like, she's like, kind of gets into that. I say, you got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. So, well, all right. So thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me through the last week. If you just joined or today, welcome. But if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. If you haven't joined our Discord, please do so. If you're creative and you want like a little corner to put all your episodes and all your YouTube episodes and your podcast episodes, like Accidental Survivors Reunion, exclusively found on our Discord, go ahead and do that there. It's the creative corner. Put it right in there and just create one topic and post all your stuff there. And hang out, contribute. We love it to hear from other people and what they're doing and what they're playing and things of that nature, chiming in the conversation. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to know when I go live again. I never mentioned I'll give thanks to these guys and then I'll tell you what's going on with me. So I want to thank all of these folks, the patrons of this and other ventures I've had, and have given me a few shekels of their dollars and hard-earned money. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. BSRCon is in January. That is literally less than a month away. If you're a game master, consider hitting up your players ahead of time. Let them know where the pre-gens are, any special things you want to cover so that when it's time for your game, you can just hit the ground running. That's a shortcoming of mine. I'm kind of thinking out loud to remind myself more than anybody. Rob, you and I got to get together, talk about Foundry briefly and the setup there. Hey, Aaron, good to see you. We should probably do beers eventually. Are you working next week? I'm working 3 days, but maybe we need to get together. So now we have our first session for Castles and Crusades set up for the 6th of January. So look for an update the following week. So the 6th of January, what is that? Is that a Saturday, Jeff? If it's a Saturday, I'll be like doing this, and then heading over to the Jeff house, and then playing first session of Castles and Crusades. My halfling paladin will be leading the charge in the party, whether the party wants that to happen or not. There it is. So it's 6. Yeah, so I'll stream this, and then I'll have to boogie over there. Okay, I'll hit you up, Aaron. Because I am interested to hear about some of your games, man, like Twilight 2000 and stuff. Okay. Siege Engine for the win, indeed. And then Star Trek Adventures kind of wrapped up. It's on hiatus indefinitely. Could come back to it. Not sure. TBD. So I have like every other Thursday off, or the alternating week when I was playing Star Trek Adventures is like free. I haven't decided what's going to be going on. And then I really want to get something going pretty soon. I'm not sure what it is. And then Vaesen. Wayne kicked off Vaesen session 0 and 0.5 this past Thursday. I'm excited. I'm playing Joachim Klaus. He's a physician, PhD, German immigrant. Parents were migrated from Germany to Sweden. And so if you don't know Vaesen, you become part of a group that hunts down these little things. They could be all kinds of sizes, but something's going on. Become part of a society. So we got our mission. It's going to be fun. So Wayne's going to be doing that for like 2 to 4 sessions-ish, short little kind of one-shotty thing over a couple sessions. So that'll be fun. First time I'm playing Vaesen. Get that free league checklist off. Yeah, so that's it. That's kind of it for sure. So without further ado, have a happy holiday. Be a positive force in the tabletop RPG hobby. And move, learn, create, do some gaming. Spend time with people you enjoy. And think about, like, if you're in a game group that you're not really having a really good time with, consider, gaming is interesting. It's fun. We want to do it with our friends. And hopefully we're playing with friends, playing with people that have become friends. But man, life's too short to play with a-holes. And if it's just not, and they don't even have to be an a-hole. Sometimes it's just the chemistry of the group or the person or whatever it is. Or it's a style thing, or it's the game, or whatever. It could be millions and millions of reasons in the cosmos that things may not be gelling. There's plenty of people out there that play in a similar style or your preferred style or the preferred game. So consider that. Otherwise, I'll leave you with that. That's it. I'll see you next week, Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Time. See you guys.